Double stops are two notes played at the same time, and they can add a sense of melody to your guitar playing. Check out how we can use the same double stops over two completely different kinds of music. I will break down these double stop ideas coming right up. So I used a C major progression and an A minor progression. I'll break down the C major first. Just using two chords in this progression to F. And the C major pentatonic fits like a glove over these chords. Put your pinky on the root note here in the 8th fret of the E string. C major pentatonic. And they are the same notes as the A minor pentatonic, but when you play over a C major progression, you really need to focus on the root notes in that C major pentatonic scale, which are in the 8th fret here, 5th fret, and then the 8th again. So we're talking about double stops, but we use the C major pentatonic scale for the structure. So my anchor point for me is looking at the 5th fret, the D, G, and B strings, which is a C chord right there in the center of your guitar. Sounds really major. This is a great way to start playing double stops. So taking this little shape here, 9 and 8, sliding up 2 frets, back down to 7 and 6. And then back to 5 on the G and B strings. And this is a great exercise in the C major. So playing over that C chord fits it over it like a glove. So the next double stop I want to show you is barring in the 8th fret of the B and E strings. It's really a piece of the C chord here, sliding up, pulling back down, up to 10. Back to 8. But these all connect. Sound great over the C chord. And you can strum down on all these. I like plucking some of this stuff up with my middle finger and ring finger here, a little hybrid picking. Something I really encourage you to work at, just little by little, start using your fingers. I was dead set against it for many years, but it really adds a softness. Just look at Chris Buck and you'll see why using your fingers is a great tool. Later on in the video, I'm going to show you how these all connect, the same phrases connect over A minor also. Then let's try a little walk down here. So let's just bar our, in the 5th fret, the B and E string. Go up to 8 with your pinky finger. Still barring this. And I was plucking up there. This really adds a sense of melody when you do that. So barring right here, 6, back to 5, then on the G and B strings, so we're using that little bar again in the 5th fret of the G and B string, and we're using the 7th fret here of the G string. One more time slow. And all of these double stops easily connect. Okay, moving on to the A minor progression. But if this lesson is helpful, hit that like button. I really do appreciate all your support. So the A minor chord is the relative minor of C major. And what does that mean? That means they share the same notes. So if we look at the A minor pentatonic scale, root note here in the 5th fret, the exact same notes as a C major pentatonic, but we are focusing on the A note here. So as we play these little double stops, we're focused on the A note, to resolving back to the A note at least some of the time. I'm really looking at this little shape here. So if you bar in the 5th fret of, just like this, it's a C chord, and use the A note here in the 7th fret of the D string. It's an A minor chord. So all of the double stops we just learned in C major, they fit over A minor like a glove also. They all fit. And I'm also doing, and this is a great double stop to learn, is plucking up with your ring finger on the E string. Having this barred here on the G, B, and E strings, your first finger, and then the same time hitting with your pick and your ring finger. You can, and you use that little blue note too. So you're just adding the 7th fret here on the G string. And you can also use it more aggressively, like something Stevie Ray Vaughan might do, but so you're barring just the G and B strings and hammering on. So an important piece of information is knowing that C major and A minor share the same notes. So when you see a backing track that says A minor and then another one that says C major, you can most of the time play those exact phrases. Just have to focus on the root note of what chord is coming up. So if you're just hitting one note at a time, with the double stops, you're adding melody to the notes you're playing. This is a really simplified version I showed you today, but if Start using double stops, building. There's many hundreds of lessons out there on all different styles of double stops. This is really basic here, but if you start doing that, your playing will level up in no time. So if we play a set of simple notes, in the A minor pentatonic, when you add double stops to that, just adds a whole different dimension to your playing. Really work at this. This is some powerful stuff to put into your guitar playing. Let me know if you got something from the lesson. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We'll talk to you soon.